Leslie, William Bedford seldom used throughout the season and the playoffs. He did come in last weekend in Chicago, played a couple of minutes in Game 6, but has not played in 8 of the last 10 playoff games. He's in there now. So the Pistons have Vinnie Johnson, John Sally also in, Isaiah Thomas, and Mark Aguirre. They have, on a normal day, much deeper bench. Here's Jordan's shot that will not fall, and Detroit with a chance to tie. Isaiah Thomas brings it up. B.J. Armstrong guards him. Michael Jordan will draw Vinnie Johnson. Ball kick, first 24.
Certainly William Bedford's presence for the Pistons defensively. He's a big body. He has the ability to block some shots. And on the offensive end, he can go to the basket, to the backboard pretty well, and particularly when he posts up and the ball goes away from him.
Now, when he came in last weekend, it surprised a lot of folks, and Bailey said, hey, I didn't like what I was getting out of my center position. There's the tying basket. And Mark Aguirre gets his first 2 of the ball game. Surprised to see him this early in Game 7?
Well, he is a big body, as I say. He will give Lambert and Edwards a rest, and that's primarily what he's in for, to spell them. Hopefully his team will stay within striking distance or maybe bump up the lead a little bit.
Horace Grant had that go-ahead basket. Now Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. Thomas 1 of 4.
Well, you got the master and you got the rookie, and Isaiah Thomas is backing B.J. Armstrong down. Armstrong giving up a lot of room. That's helping Isaiah's shooting confidence.
Isaiah Thomas has 6 rebounds now. 21 all. Pippen. Mark Aguirre is called away from the ball. That's his first. Armstrong, Grant, Pippen, Michael Jordan, who rested the final 156 of the first quarter. He's got 8 points now.
Well, the Bulls are doing a nice job. Vinnie Johnson was told to stick with Michael Jordan, and they're bumping him off nicely with picks.
That's the first on B.J. Armstrong. And vocal instructions coming from the bench in the form of Phil Jackson. Armstrong gets back with him. They look inside. Bedford was posting up. Thomas feels like he's got it going now, but he misses that shot, and Pippen clears the rebound. Rebounds now 15-17. Chicago has the edge.
Well, that was a lost opportunity, but what's happening is with Bedford in there, he's not an offensive threat.
Time has been called. Chicago holds on to the lead by 2.
Yesterday, Brendan Malone, the assistant coach there, working with Isaiah Thomas,
said he was having his problems with his follow-through. Isaiah Thomas talking now with Jake O'Donnell.
And if I said B.J. Thomas, it's B.J. Armstrong. B.J. Thomas is an oldie but goodie.
Raindrops will keep falling on your head. The title of the song made famous a few years back.
You and I remember.
Do we ever? Mark Aguirre works hard for the shot.
Absolutely, he worked hard. Falling away. Didn't really get a good eye at the basket. The Bulls' defense is active.
9:20 to go, first half. Michael Jordan pump fakes. Johnson trying, rejected by John Sally. Battle for the loose ball. They're still fighting, and Chicago will get it after Sally touched it.
We talked about hard work, and Aguirre really can't get into the basket the way he wants. Consequently, he has the bump and fade away. He can make some of those shots, but the Bulls can live with that. They have to be happy with their defense.
Michael Jordan looks inside for Stacey King. Over to B.J. Armstrong. Grant with yet one more rebound and a foul on William Bedford. And they are quickly separated.
Well, we talked about Bedford earlier. His presence provides a big body in there, but really, on offense, he was a liability. Guys were able to leave him and double-team the guards. And defensively here, he wasn't quick enough to keep Horace Grant off the boards. Consequently, you've got a Dennis Rodman coming back in. William Bedford's job is done.
Edwards and Lambier stay on the bench. Rodman back in. Horace Grant will shoot free throws. Back to a two-point edge for Chicago. Their goal, I guess, Lamb, was just to be within range at the end of three quarters, right?
Certainly, they want to show some resilience, take all the Piston runs, have a few of their own, but then hang around until the fourth quarter. Then it's Jordan time. And as we saw earlier with Pat O'Brien, the T-shirt said, you can't touch this. If Jordan has an opportunity, he's going to take that.
Michael Jordan gets it up to the left side. It's tipped into the hands of Vinnie Johnson. Jordan almost steals it, and then it's thrown away. Rodman went down for it. And Aguirre did as well, and that has Chuck Daly up and facing.
Well, certainly every possession is going to be important in this game. Isaiah Thomas tried to make the hard pass. Instead of backing up, they still had the advantage. They're going to have to get a little smarter in situations like that. Or a little
isolation play now for Jordan. Turnaround jumper off the glass. No. Jordan is 3 out of 9. Here's a Grant steal. Vinnie Johnson took an elbow, and Jordan gets the rebound.
Johnson double teamed. His team leaves him alone. Hangs him out to dry. Here we see the double team with Horace Grant leaving his man. John Sally runs out of the picture. Michael Jordan, with his anticipation of Johnson turning his back, gets it to Grant, and Vinnie holds his eye. And yes, he was struck. He was hit strictly in the eye.
Okay. As you told me a couple of weeks ago, you were a man of letters.
Yeah, but you get excited in these games.
I know.
You want to get the correct tip. That's the replay. But you know what I meant.
I do. And neither one of us is tipped, so we're just fine. 7:40 to go, first half. 28-27 Pistons on top after Sally's three-point play. Set the lineups now. This is Isaiah Thomas guarding B.J. Armstrong. Craig Hodges back in the lineup. Jordan will go to small forward. Cartwright. No call. Blocked by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Dumars. 6 of 7 in this quarter to increase their average to 41. Chicago is still a rather anemic 32%. That was a big block by Isaiah Thomas, and Joe Dumars got the basket at the other end. Interesting how some speculate that this is becoming more and more a team led by Joe Dumars rather than Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah now 29 years old and in his 9th year. Michael Jordan, no question about who leads that team. That pass almost thrown away, and Mark Aguirre. Whoa, Aguirre did not touch it. O'Donnell and Strum, and the call is overruled by Earl Strum. Seniority has its rights.
And certainly Earl may have been in the better position, but he's not afraid to make his presence known.
Jake O'Donnell had initially said Chicago ball. Strum said no, Aguirre touched it. Earl Strum, who will retire at the conclusion of this season. Under 7 minutes to go, first half. Long shot by Armstrong. Isaiah Thomas. John Sally. Trap on Jordan. Foul on Isaiah Thomas.
Well, certainly this was Phil Jackson's greatest fear, that the crowd would get into the game, that the Pistons would take off on a spurt that would push them away from the Bulls. And it has all the makings of one of those Pistons runs